Greetings, internet drinking buddies. My name is Link. The show's name is Tubbin'N'Chuggin, and on this episode, I'll be imbibing Rumple Minze. Rumple Minze. Welcome back to the tub, everybody. With winter upon us, I felt it was time to examine a more premium take on the holiday classic peppermint schnapps. This high-proof, higher cost Rumple Minze. So let's take a closer look. Rumple Minze is a German product, evidenced by the coat of arms on the bottle. Well, sort of German. You can see it says crafted with imported flavor, but it's actually produced and bottled in Connecticut. Similar, I guess, to Guinness or Sapporo having distilleries in Canada instead of their native homeland. Having never had Rumple Minze, I won't be able to compare the two, whether the imported one is any different than the original. It's worth noting. Moving on, we see the key difference between Rumple Minze and a more common peppermint schnapps like De Kuyper is the proof. 100 proof here compared to maybe 60 or so on a more typical kind of peppermint schnapps. This brings the value proposition up considerably because while it cost me $20 for a fifth, that still brings a dollar to drink ratio of $1.07 per drink, which is a perfectly acceptable price for a liqueur and even most liquors. But we'll have to see how that higher proof affects the flavor. Now, as this is more of a niche product, I did look up how people like to drink it. I was planning on just kind of sipping it, and fortunately that's what people recommend to do. They recommend doing it out of a chilled shot glass if possible. So I took my little Neuschwanstein Castle shot glass, perfect for the holiday German vibe. Put it in the freezer just before this. So let's pour it in there and see how it tastes. To be somewhat careful with this shot glass because this part is actually detached from the main thing, so hopefully nothing goes wrong here. We do need a toast. Here's the Christmas markets. You know, these things are fun. Hopefully they're able to operate in a safe manner this year. Ooh. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay. Oh. Okay, wow. I had a fear with this, which was this is 50% alcohol, straight half alcohol, and the worry I had was that it would taste just too good. It would taste like sipping a candy cane, and I'd be downing this, and I'd develop a severe problem. Severe problem. I can already throw in my words. The good news is, I don't think I can drink this all that fast, because this has a hell of a burn. The sort of flip side of that burn is that it's not an alcohol burn. It's just it's like a searing peppermint, if that makes any sense. Like you had like a whole pack of candy canes condensed into one thing, and then you licked on that, and now it's burning inside of you. But it's a nice burn. Ooh. I feel like I'm breathing out peppermint into the world after drinking this. I think comparing this to something like De Kuyper, which is the only peppermint schnapps I was familiar with, those really feel like kind of a watered down, slimy type of thing, if anything. This really feels like a crafted product in that the taste is evident from the beginning that this is peppermint, bro. Hey, bro, this is really, really peppermint. And then at the end, it's just like, yeah, we're still peppermint. Don't worry about that. You're kind of like exuding that. The burn comes in the middle as opposed to the end. By the time you swallow it, it doesn't stay in your throat at all. It's kind of dissipated, like evaporated instantly into your mouth. Very nice overall sensation if it reminds you to slow down a little bit. Doing this as a full shot, I don't know about that. But yeah, just sipping on it. Again, it's like a whole packet of candy canes at once. And you're gonna get pretty lit on it. doing more of it. I was maybe a third of a shot at the end there. It stays with you more, but it dissipates. It does dissipate quickly. Like I think I said earlier, it evaporates. And I'm not sure how accurate that is, but it does feel like it stays in your mouth. It doesn't really ever approach your throat at all. So it's not like you have this lump kind of going down, which is usually the problem I have with like higher proof liquors, is that they usually just kind of like stay with you for far too long and you're just feeling the effects for a while. This all gets contained right in the tongue, the taste bud area, and it just explodes as peppermint. It's very, very good. Like very, very good. That is a 50% drink that, I don't think it gets any better than 50% at that price. That price, that APV, that thing. I'm not a huge peppermint fan overall. Like, I'll have, you know, a few candy canes a year, but as mentioned many times on the channel, I just like fun things, holiday, seasonal things, whatever. You know, St. Patty's Day, I'll do the St. Patty's Day thing. Halloween, I'll do the pumpkin thing. Christmas, I'll do the peppermint thing. It's kind of like my love of peppermint, and I can appreciate how good that is because I like peppermint to an extent. It comes in fifths, and I said I got it for 20. That was a Total Wine price. I've been turned on to Total Wine recently. So you might find it like more towards 30. It's still a pretty good deal at even 30, just based on the percentage and I think the overall taste. Something to keep in mind though, you might not be able to get it for as low as I quoted it. And you might have to like peppermint at least a little bit. I mentioned on like Jaeger reviews, right? Like it tastes like licorice. If you don't like licorice, you're not gonna like it, that kind of thing. You gotta at least like peppermint. You don't have to love it, but you gotta at least like it to enjoy this. Those are the only reasons I can think of not to recommend this. Overall, this is excellent, and like things like Tecaiper and these other like kind of cheap, you know, 25-30% liqueurs passing themselves off as schnapps need to learn something from our German friends here. I do wonder how the original tastes, like compared to the just born in Connecticut version, how that affects it at all. I guess I am getting the knockoff here, so maybe the original is even better, maybe it doesn't burn as much. Hard to say. As I mentioned, I can't compare it on that. I really do like this product though. It does get a high recommendation. Nothing really else to say about it. Check it out for the holiday season. Get a little, you know, chilled shot glass for it. It affects it a little bit. It's not overwhelming, but again, fun things are fun. Do the fun thing. As always, let me know if there are other alcohols you'd like to see me review, and please drink responsibly.